Welcome to our retirement, folks. Morning, folks. What are we here?
Tony, he's going down, he's scratching away. There you are, Ernie. There you are.
Oh, we got some more criticisms yesterday.
Oh, what about Ernie?
About Ernie walking around kitchen floor.
Walking around kitchen floor.
People have criticised everything.
Well, he went out yesterday.
It's so pathetic.
Isn't it? He went out. Took him out and he had a dandelion.
Some guy wants us to take him to park or something.
Oh.
And have a picnic in park with Ernie. Oh my God. I don't think I'm cut out for this YouTube work, honest. People. Yeah. Hell is other people. Right, folks. Well, yesterday was a lula, wasn't it? Whew. We went into the back garden. You want to see? You want to see the back garden? Yeah.
You see little fish?
It says you can see fish in the canal. I don't know if you can from here, from this camera. Or you can see it's sky reflected in the canal.
Oh, you're just getting a reflection. That sun's gone off it, isn't it? See all these little swirls that fish coming up?
All right.
No little shoals of them. Oh, I just see a few.
There goes Ernie. Round back at city, yeah.
Yeah,
That's where he goes. Looking for somewhere to hide.
Yeah.
That's where we're sat, folks.
Oh. I put the little pink containers down so they don't fall down all
Aye.
near the gate.
Aye.
Yeah, I don't know whether he would, whether he'd be able to now. We used to be able to. And get under the gate over there.
Don't seem that hot.
No, it's not that bad, is it? It's
To me.
There's a little bit of breeze. It's hot at front.
There's clouds.
Yeah, it's very hot at the front.
Yeah. Right.
When I took rubbish out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's deceptive back here. You think, oh, it's not too bad. Go out the front and it's baking hot.
Yeah.
What's that plant there?
I've no idea. It keeps growing up. I think it's I think that cost her a bit of money, that one.
Oh. Who's that? Ernie?
Hi, Ernie. I heard you.
Oh,
Where he is.
flies have come.
Yeah.
Doesn't take them long to find you.
No, to smell heat on flesh.
Oh, there you are,
Yeah,
folks.
so they were out here
That's us.
till about 9 o'clock last night.
Getting
Cleaning
all
this lot
weeds.
up so we could sit out today.
So it would be ungracious not to sit out today after all that work.
After she'd done that.
Mm.
And she even said, when you've taken the cover off at settee, just leave it and I'll put it back on.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's a fiddle, isn't it, to
Yeah.
pull it into position.
So tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that tight.
Oh, it looks like a rig.
So we're not getting any boats coming down nowadays.
No,
Why? Where are they all gone? They're not coming. And we don't know whether they're being put off by that bridge down there.
and then there were that sort of leaking canal further up, wasn't there? You
I
remember?
don't know. Yeah, I do remember. But unusual.
Yeah, it's very unusual not to see them up and down. I think that's why we've got algae on canal.
Yeah.
There's been no movement in it.
No. Right. Well, this is where we are, folks, today. See you later.
Alright.
There you go. We uncovered the settee and we sat out and I had a glass of wine. We never moved. Pat went out the front door to put some rubbish in bin, and she says it were absolutely baking at the front. It even got out of the back later on when sun come round. Poor Tracy, she's been suffering with hay fever, and somebody gave her an antihistamine at work, but it was one of these that makes you drowsy, and she says she was falling asleep at work. She nearly fell asleep driving home. She went straight to bed when she got home from work. Flaked out.
She went upstairs to take her work clothes off and put some cooler on and fell asleep on bed.
She did.
For 2 hours. Didn't she?
She did.
And then when she was sat during the evening, she just kept falling asleep.
Did she?
Yeah. But it wasn't asleep like she usually does. It was like she just kept nodding off. Hence the washing up that's still down here.
Oh.
Because they had their tea late. Alethea did some pasta. She didn't wash up after they'd eaten it. So it's still
I've got to do it this morning. Because I always wash up.
on a morning. You do, don't you?
Well, wash up on an
Tea
evening.
time, yeah, you do most at washing up, don't you, love?
Yeah. That's one thing I can do in a kitchen is wash up.
But even then we have problems.
Do
He gets halfway through and his leg starts going and, oh, I need toilet.
My leg starts going.
Yeah, you start going, rocking your leg backwards and forwards. I need loo. He needs it straight away as soon as he sees water running.
Yeah, I know, it's like a tap, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very dull out there this morning, but I bet it's still really warm.
Yeah, well, it's not as warm as yesterday, but I've still got my shorts on.
Yeah, I have. I've put some shorts.
And just a t-shirt. So it must be warm.
Yeah. I think Alethea's getting a shower.
Oh, yeah, boiler.
Yeah, she's planning on coming shopping with us because we thought it might be too hot yesterday, so we didn't do it.
Our kid rang me.
We did what Tracy told us and sat out.
Yeah.
Get some sun, she says.
We don't know whether the insulin is affecting Pat's appetite. She
I
doesn't
don't feel hungry at all. Much.
have to mention it to nurse
Yeah.
when we see her
I
again.
thought I had a number for diabetic nurse, but I can't find it.
Oh. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, your Stanley rang, didn't he, last night? You getting on all right?
He plays the
Clarinet?
as our kid, and he says he hasn't played it for 3 weeks. He can't play with his right hand.
Oh.
I says, why, what's up with it? He says, I think it's arthritis. I've got an appointment this week.
Oh dear.
He says, I think it's arthritis. It hurts when I'm trying to play clarinet.
Oh dear, that'd be devastating for him.
Yeah. Old age.
Well, your mum had it, didn't she?
Blondie's
arthritis?
80. I don't know if it's today.
Oh, really? Blondie?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very,
well, but she's got
nice.
she's got to 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Really.
Tapping.
That guy's freaking out now.
Oh.
I've got a promotion going on in my shop. And it's just to the mailing list, people on my mailing list.
Right.
A special offer on a print.
Right.
Started yesterday. I foolishly thought people would be going and having a look. But no.
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 Oh, well.
I don't think I can give my heart away.
Get away.
I don't think I can give it away.
Oh, dear.
And I don't know whether it's Jane, subscriber, I think she lives in New Zealand. She's intrigued by back-to-back houses. What are these back-to-back houses?
Oh.
She don't know what they are.
Right.
Just a minute, I've got a photograph. It was on Facebook this morning, actually. I'll put it up now. There you go. That's a row of back-to-back houses, very much like we lived in. You were born in a back-to-back house.
Yeah.
Lived in a back-to-back house until I were about 11. The back-to-backs in Leeds, unlike Rodley, were brick built.
Yeah.
They were all brick built, and they were mainly privately owned, and people rented them. There were very, very few people owned a house during the 1950s. And usually a landlord would own a block of them.
Yeah.
Because you used to get imagine a row of houses with a roof like that. Okay, there you are. There's the roof coming down like that, and there's just a continuous row of them down the street, cobbled street. On the other side of the street, there's another row of them, just a row of houses like that. And they're divided in half, right down the middle.
Of the roof.
Of the roof.
So you've got one house.
One side is one street, in which case in our street it was called Gledhouse Street, and our house was a double fronted back to back. And what that means is that the door into our house, when you opened it, right in front of you was the staircase going upstairs, and on the right was your living kitchen, and on the left was the front room. Go upstairs, on the right a bedroom, on the left a bedroom, and then most of them did have an attic where you had your cistern for the water system up there. I know my mother and father, I don't know whether they paid for it the same or whether the landlord paid for it, but they had a bathroom put in, because normally these houses, there would be 4 of them, and then a yard, and in that yard there'd be 2 toilets and the bin area. We used to call it the middin. And then there'd be another 4 houses and another middin, another 4 houses, and 2 houses shared a toilet. But my mum and dad had a toilet put in, a bathroom put in ours, at some point. And then, of course, on the other side, on the other road, which would have been Simpson Street, you had exactly the same thing. So this row of terrace houses that I've just described here, on this side it was Gledhouse Street, on that side it was Simpson Street, and they were more or less twins. So they backed up to each other. That's why they called them back to back.
And there'd be little slip-throughs where you could go from one street to another, like an alleyway, and it...
Yeah, not so much where I was.
Want that?
Maybe down your end.
Yeah.
Because you lived in the... what's the name? Where you lived? Forgotten, haven't you?
Yeah.
I have. Danube's.
Oh yeah, I knew it was Danube's. I thought you were meaning the area.
Well, it's Albeck.
Albeck.
Albeck, isn't it?
Yeah, Albeck.
The area is Albeck, and you lived in the Danubes.
Yeah.
And they were the same, but...
They could be different.
Poorer area, a bit poorer.
He's cheeky.
There was even an hierarchy among back-to-backs. Because avenues, there was an area called the avenues. They were poorer as well.
It's not, isn't it? But down where we were in Danube's, they were slightly different, because although where Trevor lived, he had double fronted, we had double fronted, but the kitchen was a narrow kitchen. It wasn't like Trevor's where you could eat in it, and it were bigger. And then even you could get like a single room which had a little area in it where sink were, and you put your cooker, and that were it.
That was like one up, one, we used to call them one up,
one down, yeah. So it only had the one room downstairs, and then it would have a bigger room up, big bedroom, and then a little tiny bedroom.
Divided up.
Yeah.
No bathroom.
No bathroom, no, you still had to have your tin bath in front of the fire where you got bathed.
I remember having a bath in a tin bath.
Swimming baths, didn't you? They had baths in them.
I don't ever remember going there.
Swimming baths.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, they did. They had
Baths? No,
yeah.
I don't ever remember that.
Right. I can remember them having little rooms with baths in, and then the way your washing area for your clothes. So ours were slightly different, weren't they?
Yeah, there were more scullery out, what we used to call scullery houses.
Yeah.
In Daniels, where the right hand room were a kitchen, and not a narrow kitchen, scullery.
Yeah.
Rather than both rooms in our house were the same size.
Yeah.
But one was a living kitchen.
When we moved into both rooms were the same size with stairs going up in between.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Whereas in ours, when you went in front door, your stairs were going up, and your living room and a little bit of a kitchen area were to your left or your right, depending on which side of the street you were on.
In Rodley, the stone built.
Yeah.
Rather than brick built.
Yeah. And the one we were looking at the other day, because of Jane, that were double fronted and big. Both rooms were big.
Yeah, yeah.
And lots of bedrooms because they had attics and they had basements.
And they were posh.
Yeah, they were posh. Yeah.
What?
Well, they still are. I mean, they're quite nice houses.
They are nice houses, yeah.
Whereas our basements in Danubes, it were for your coal. For coal fire. You got coal drop down your coal chute.
Yeah.
It were a grate outside, a metal grate.
Yeah, yeah.
And your cellar head, well, what you used as a fridge because it was cold.
Top of cellar steps.
Yeah.
We used to call it cellar head.
Yeah.
I know when we'd had a Sunday lunch, my mum always used to put what were left over from meat on a plate with a cover over it. She used to keep it at cellar head. And I used to come back from school on a Monday and chop a lump off of it. Yeah. Yeah, and me and our kid, we had to light the fire in the winter, in the room. With paper, rolled up paper and sticks and a shovel up again it with a newspaper to draw it.
Yeah, I used to do that when I came home from school. Roll these papers up tight into a little circly thing and then tie them in a knot and put them on fire.
So they burnt for longer?
Yeah. With sticks on and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd use firelighters to get it going.
Yeah. I don't know whether did firelighters come out? Want there such thing as firelighters when we were really young?
I can remember them. Yeah, when I was still lighting fires and there were firelighters, so I were definitely under 13 maybe.
Right.
14.
Yes,
Don't know.
I'm not sure.
Round about then, when we lived in Tadcaster Street.
I mean, much easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quicker than having to mess about rolling all
paper up. Yeah. I can remember when I was younger having to do that, roll paper up and set it. And clean all ash out.
We were home, my mum worked at mill. Berkshire were a baler and mender in the mill.
Yeah.
In Putsey, just not far away, both Sean Smiths.
I think she used to work somewhere at Top of Tongue Road when you were little and you lived in
she did work up Tong Road for a while. She's worked in a few different. That war. It's funny, but they tended to start separating the mending room off from the mill. They'd be anywhere, these mending rooms. Whereas traditionally, the mending rooms were always in the mill complex. I mean, when you go to Sunnybank, there's a building called the mending room. That'll be where mending room was.
Twisting room.
Yeah.
Different names, aren't
Yeah.
We actually went into one of the buildings that they used. It's like a bit of a museum, isn't it? Where they had hot cloth and and patterns.
I did film that.
Yeah. Yep.
So today we're off shopping. Well,
yeah, I am, and
you and
Alethea.
Alethea.
Yeah.
Are going shopping.
Going up, dropping us off, and then
get your money.
Yeah, going down, aren't you?
Yeah.
Going to the mill.
I'll go down to the mill and.
Yeah. Do what you're gonna do. See who's there.
Somebody says you want to get a barge.
A barge? Don't think so.
Can you imagine?
Oh no. Oh, if you had any problems, blooming leaky water coming in and...
We have to be... I mean, the situation with medication now has changed so much.
I don't even think we'd be... Well...
You won't get past Appley Bridge before you'd have to turn around and come back.
Yeah, I can do a fortnight, 3 week maybe. Sorting it out. It took me ages last night to do. Well, yesterday afternoon to do that. It takes me longer and longer to do this medication. Put it all in ink box.
I mean, this gets
over an hour.
Gets longer. They sent a little box arrived yesterday with the testing strips
for the blood
to do a test of blood. There's 50 in this little compartment, in this little tub. 50 of them. But when you're doing it 4 times a day, don't last a fortnight. Well, it takes 7 to 10 days
for them to come.
And you can't order them until after you've had them a fortnight. Yeah. So how on earth they want you to take them?
Yeah.
But test your blood 4 times a day when you've only got a 50 strip. 50 of these strips, I don't know, and then you've got the prickers for pricking your finger with that, and then you've got the pricker needles for the insulin, and then you've got the insulin pens, and then you've got all your tablets, and now that since they introduced the hub, you never know when they're going to come back to chemist, how long you're going to have to. I'm having to more or less check every 3 or 4 days whether I can reorder stuff, and so the stuff permanently on order now.
It used to be like that.
It's
made it complicated, hasn't it, for you?
I just lose track of when I've ordered what.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the chemists say when it comes in, you will get a text.
No, we never get a text.
I've never had a text from them.
No.
But, I mean, I don't particularly want one.
No. So, I mean, for us, if we were in the van, we'd be tearing his hair out.
Yeah. driving us mad,
we
wouldn't it?
won't be able to go anywhere. Because we'd always...
Be waiting for tablets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to try and have a word with them about these blood things. that
Pricker
they're
thing.
putting. Because if the diabetic nurse wants me to do it 4 times a day, I'm not having enough of them.
No.
And you can't order any more until they say you can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go in and see what's going on, because I'm not going to see a diabetic nurse for another, is it a fortnight? Well, by then I'm running out again.
Yeah.
So either I'm going to have to cut down the 4 times a day, or they're going to have to give me more things, aren't they? Instead of one, they're going to have to give me 2.
Them.
The £15 thing.
Can't remember what they are. I know I did buy some once.
Well, that was what chemist lady told me, that they're very expensive. They're about £15 a little tub for your 50. And
I don't know whether it
but
was.
I think we got them online, didn't we, once?
The pricker things, were it?
Were it the pricker things?
I think it was pricker things I bought.
And they weren't bad, were they?
No, they weren't as expensive as the chemist.
Quite reasonably priced.
Maybe I'll do a check and see.
Right.
Do a search.
See if you can get an extra to keep us.
Yeah. Right. So that's the plan today, folks.
Yep.
All right. Okay, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. All being well. All right. Bye.
Bye.